Hello everyone and welcome back to Retro Netro. I'm your host, The Big Boss. Today we're going to talk about some pickups that I got recently or within the past couple months. I'll tell you where I got it and hopefully how much they cost if I can remember. Alright, so the first game I got is from Special Reserved. I reserved this particular item a while back and it got delivered to me not too long ago. Once again, you can buy this digitally, but I like my physical games. So it's called Heave Ho. Now Heave Ho is a phenomenal, fun multiplayer game. There's challenges and you have to work together to get across maps, to reach goals, to avoid objects, spikes, birds. And it's a really fun game if you really get involved in being collaborative and really focusing on the things you need to focus on. You really will have fun results with this game. Like I said, it's from Special Reserve down here, if you can see. And it's just a really fun, cartoony, playful game that if you work together, you can either be competitive or you can, not. You can play in cooperative. So you have to look at it this way, if you really want a fun game that you can play with your friends or just kind of see if you can challenge yourself to get to one objective every map, and this is the game I recommend. I believe I bought this for about $40. Not 100% sure, but I would check specialreserve.com to see if you can get a copy of it if you're truly into games like this. The next game I have was a pickup from the Amazon Prime Day. Now it's quite a few games, but they all got decent prices, and I love these games. They have great storylines, wonderful, colorful artistry, and just in general, just a fun game. So the first game we're going to talk about is The Trials of Mana. Now, unfortunately, this is only a one-player game. Yes, I know. You would think out of all games, this would be more than just one player, possibly two-player, but it's not. I think it has a unique, fun storyline. It's graphically beautiful and overall a great game. I'm not saying that in any way that this can't be not enjoyed. I just wish it was multiplayer. So something I picked up, and I believe this was like $19 on Amazon Prime Day. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was. So pretty good steal. The next game I got, this is now the Collection of Mana. Now this is 1 to 3 multiplayer people that can play together. Very unique because there's not many games. They're usually 1 to 2 or 1 to 4. So the Collection of Mana. Now this is obviously not an American release because due to the 7 down here. And like I said, it's 1 to 3 players. Now this really takes away all the fun games that came out from the Mana series back in old school and brings them back to the good old Switch collection. So if you can see very closely, has all the cool things right here and then the art right here. So if you really want to see this game, I would definitely recommend buy it. If you love the Mana series like I do, this is a wonderful and amazing pickup to pick up. So if you get a chance to buy it, I think I got this for $15, I think, when it was Amazon Prime Day. So pretty awesome pickup there. Second, we have our fourth, wow, I can't count anymore, sorry guys. So fourth, we have a wonderful game on PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, did not release this for the Switch, which I was kind of disappointed. I kind of wish they did, but I couldn't find the physical version anywhere. So if you guys know anything about it, please comment below. I would love to know where I can purchase it, because that's where I would really want it. So this one is The Secret of Mana. And this game, let me see if I can get focus. This game, I believe, is 1 to 3 players or 1 to 4. Let me just double check, but it is 1 to 3 players. So keeping up with the trend on the Mana series. No 4 players for them. That's ridiculous. Who has 4 friends? Or 3 friends, I should say. You only have 2. So it makes sense. So here's the back of it so you guys can see. So, like I said, super cool, wonderful graphics, beautiful soundtrack, just overall like an amazingly fun game. Um, and really, they upgraded a lot of the gameplay. Really made it just a lot better overall. Keeping up with that whole feel of the Mana series. So, if you want to pick it up, I think I got this one for $19 when it was on sale at Amazon Prime Days. So, that's a steal. Lastly, I bought something on Amazon Prime Day. Now, this is a unique game I've never seen before. I never even knew existed. But when I saw it, excuse me, it was really cheap. And by cheap, I mean, I think it was like $13. And I was like, why is that $13? So, I decided to buy it. I want to see what it's all about. Now, I'm probably going to mess this name up. So, please, don't judge me, but I'm sure you will. So it's called Turkan Flashback. This is one player, but it just looks super unique. It has 4 games in one, so I'll kind of show you guys that. It is an American release, as you can see. It's their 30th anniversary for this game, and I thought it was very cool looking. Like, it's something I never heard of, and when they call it Flashback, I would assume like this is a collection of old school games that they either remade or just put on a cartridge for the Switch. As you can see, let's zoom in here, the legendary hero returns. So there's obviously 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said, it's one player. So I'm very unique to see like what this is all about. Looks like a shoot 'em up. It looks pretty cool. Retro old school style to it. So I think I got that, like I said, I think for like $13, something like that. So something to pick up if you want something physical, because obviously you can probably pick it up digitally on the Nintendo Store itself. Lastly, I have a game that is harder and harder to find. Now, limited run games are releasing the PlayStation 5 version of one of these games, but this one is extremely hard to find, and I'm saying extremely hard to find. I picked this up a while back on limited run games when it first came out, but now it's worth like almost $200. And this is everyone's favorite, Shantae, the Pirate's Curse. Now, this game is visually amazing, and I know it was old school that brought back, and they made more than just one game. They made, I think, 5 different versions on the Switch. And they're really rare now today because they were all limited run. Now, you can definitely download all these games on the Nintendo Store. But once again, it's digital. And with the physical release, these games are going to last forever. And since they're so highly sought after, it's just an amazing thing to have in your collection. But at the same time, it's an awesome game just to have in general. It's a fun side-scrolling video game that has to do with a genie, where she goes on an adventure using her hair to battle, different enemies, and she can ship into different forms, and you have foes on the way and friends and all this stuff. And like I said, a very unique and fun game. But I think now it goes for almost like $200. So if you can find one in the wild for cheap, I would definitely pick it up. I'm sure it's going to continue increasing value. And like I said, the limited run games is released in the PlayStation 5 version that you can pick up right now in this video. So if you want to go to the store right now and pick up, because I don't know how long that lasts and what the collectability is going to be with those versions. And if they're going to release another or any other versions of the Shantae series on the PlayStation 5. So keep in mind that. Lastly, we have a game here that I have not opened up. Trying to figure out what it is. So let's decide, shall we? Hopefully it's a game. If it's not, then whoever wrapped it well, so I'm very pleased they did. clearly can't open this. So, oh. This bag is really kicking my butt. There you go. Alright. Now we have the box. Oh. Well, this is not going to be shown until my next video. But this, if you guys ever heard of a game system called the Famicom Disk System, I purchased a game that I do not remember what the name is or what the premise is, but it's beautiful. I mean, this is what old school discs look like, but I'll show you guys right now. Now, Nintendo used to have something like this when it came to playing their games. It's kind of like a floppy disk. And if you don't know what a floppy disk is, well, you probably should research that first before you ask questions on this. But Nintendo made this, and it was like a hybrid of like between a floppy disk and a cartridge because it was cheaper to make and obviously was able to hold two sides to the game. So there was A and B. And so by doing that, they were able to do two parts of a game or even two separate games on one floppy. And it was cheaper, much cheaper. We're talking between $10 to $15 a disc when a cart cost usually $30 to $35. During that time, that was extremely expensive. So they thought to go through this format. Now, obviously, after a year when carts started to low down to the same price as this, Nintendo just scrapped the idea in general and never released it in the United States. They decided to keep it as a Japan-only thing, and after that year, they started to increase units and stopped selling it in general. And now going straight into carts. Continue with carts for a while, obviously until they started the GameCube, and that went to disc, or mini disc I should say, and then they did the Wii, and the Wii U, and then finally went back to carts for the Switch. So clearly carts is the way to go. Obviously flash memory I feel like is so much better. I think if every system did that, it would probably make load times much faster and overall just easier. You won't have to worry about your discs being scratched or some new format you have to worry about. You just pop it in and play it. I truly think that the DVDs should really be obsolete. Blu-rays should be obsolete because if you made everything cart rate, ways, you can make the DVD packaging this small. Heck, you can make it this small, and you can sell so many more things. And you can make the little cart this big, and you just plug it into your player. That would be the smart thing they can do. And you can make it as big as you want, so nothing is compressed. Everything is uncompressed, so you don't have to worry about the whole Blu-ray having 100 gigs, 200 gigs, uncompressed data. I mean, if you truly did all that, they wouldn't have to worry about video games or anything being compressed when it comes to physical media. Now, I know digital, you don't have to worry about compression, you just have to worry about internet speeds, because that's really what you're going to be banking off of, especially when it comes to streaming movies, Netflix, and other things like that. So, just something to think about when it comes to next purchases. Anyway, I just want to show you that. That was pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, or just want to know more about any other games I have or where I got them and how much it cost, please put a comment below. I would love to know anything you guys know or any secrets or areas you can purchase new games or weird games, stuff like that. I'm a big fan of just unique things, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode of Retro Netro. Bye.